lovelies, it's Chinese Sue here, and today we'll be cooking salt, pepper and chili prawns. So let's get to it. For this recipe you'll need about 200 grams of large king prawns, deveined and deshelled if possible. If not, I'll show you how to devein them and open up butterflied. Also need some either crushed chilies or a fresh chilli, up to you. If you're going to use crushed chilies, probably do about half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon depending how hot you want them. 2 stems of spring onions, half a teaspoon of garlic, half a teaspoon of ginger, 1 egg white, some sea salt or table salt is fine, some ground white pepper, some corn flour and some vegetable oil. Okay, how you devein a prawn is you slit it at the back but not straight through. This is what's butterflying as well. So you'd cut halfway and then you check in the middle if there's any vein. If not, you're good to go. These have been deveined anyway, but just in case they haven't, if you get a vein, you find it, you just poke it out and put it to the side. But we're going to butterfly these, and the reason why we do this is because when they fry, they open up, they look more beautiful. So these are deshelled as well. Some people like them shelled, but some people find them too fiddly, so probably easier to have ones that are deshelled already. Remember, cutting through, but not right through. Kind of halfway. There you go. So they look like that. Let's do all these. So with the prawns, we've deveined them and butterflied them out. We want to season them and marinate them for a couple of minutes before we fry them. So what we need to do is add a bit of salt. So let's add a sprinkle of salt, a sprinkle of white pepper, a half a teaspoon ginger and garlic, the egg white, and then I'd say 1 tablespoon of corn flour, and mix that in first with the mixture. And what we want to do is for the prawns to sit in the mixture for a little bit, and then we'll add some more corn flour just before we fry them. I think maybe another teaspoon. So tablespoon. So 2 tablespoons of corn flour, because you want to kind of make a light batter, and then we'll cover it with corn flour in a minute before we fry. So mix it all up, and then we will leave this for a couple of minutes. Okay, next we are going to slice the spring onions long and diagonal. This will be for the garnish because it looks pretty, and I love the taste of spring onions as well. Okay, and with the chilli, let's put them there. Let's put a bit there. I'm going to take the seeds out. Well, there's not that many seeds anyway. But let's take the seeds out because Joshua won't want the seeds. Whoopsies. And we're going to thinly slice these and put them on the same plate as the spring onions. So my oil is heating up, as you can see, and what I normally do, or what I usually do, is get a tray, get some greaseproof paper and some kitchen towel. That's going to be my draining board from when I fried the prawns. I've got my wooden spoon to test the oil to see when it's hot enough. And remember, you put the spoon in, and if there's bubbles, it'll be hot enough, which I'll show you. And my 2 favourite instruments when I'm frying. 1 to skim if all the batter falls down to the bottom of the oil, and it's good to clean as well. And this is good to get all the frying stuff out. This is called a spider ladle. This is called a skimmer, which I'll put in the description. So the prawns have been sitting here for a couple of minutes, And what we're going to do is to dip the prawns into the corn flour, squeeze them so the flour sticks to the prawn, get rid of any excess flour, and then get them ready for frying. And the reason why they're going to be crispy is because we're going to fry them twice. Okay, so use one hand for the wet, one hand for the dry. So that's for the wet, dry, squeeze, shake the excess off, wet, goes in, dry, squeeze. And we do that with all the prawns. In the bowl there's probably about 2 cups of corn flour, but if you run out you can always add more. See, if you do it this way, one hand wet, one hand dry, then you don't get yourself in a mess then. Otherwise you end up with doughy fingers. That's never a good look. Squeeze, shake off, squeeze, shake off. Okay, now the way to check if the oil's hot enough is if you put a wooden spoon or the handle into the oil, and if you see bubbles forming, then we are ready to cook. Can you see that? Okay, we are ready. So put them in carefully. Don't overcrowd them. So maybe put half of the batch in first. Put one more in, put one more in. And we'll fry these for 3 minutes and check what they're like then. The most important thing is, do not move them, otherwise the flour will come off the prawns, and that's not what you want. Okay, these have been frying for 3 minutes, so we'll get them out. Wow, they're looking crispy already. And then put the next batch in, and we'll fry these for 3 minutes as well. Remember, do not move them. If you find that oil's getting too hot, you can always move it down to medium. Okay, let's take these out. Let them drain for a bit. You can use your skimmer to clean any flour that's fallen off. This is optional, you don't have to, but sometimes it's good to clean oil in between fries. Okay, now this second fry, we can put them all in, and I reckon we'll fry them for just needs another minute really, because they seem quite crispy already. So let's put them in for 1 more minute. Okay, so let's switch off the heat. Let's take these babies out. Oh, look at these. My goodness, I'm so excited. See how lovely they look. So let them cool for about a minute. Listen to the crispiness. So for this next bit, we're going to turn the heat on on a separate little frying pan. Get a little bit of the oil that we used, tablespoon of oil, maybe just half tablespoon. So a teaspoon of oil into the frying pan. Let that heat up a little bit. In the meantime, what we can do is to season the prawns with some sea salt, some ground white pepper, I can feel the heat. This is on full heat. We're going to throw the aromas in. So we're going to heat up the chilli and spring onions just a little bit. I'm not actually frying them. And then what we're going to do is going to put the prawns in there and let them get the aromas, but not too hot. Okay, let's put the prawns in. Just what I do is toss them into the spring onions and chilli just to get them coated. Again, up to you how many chillies you want to use. Just want to get them covered in the aromas. And that is it. Time to serve. And there we have it, salt, pepper and chilli prawns. Okay, so there you have it. Salt, pepper and chilli prawns. Extra crispy.
And I've got my sweet chilli sauce.
Josh has got his sweet chilli sauce. Let's go. How crunchy we're talking. They are good. My God, you have to try these at you have to try these at home. They are amazing. I cannot tell you how great they taste, and the texture, the crunchiness, and the little bit of heat. Not too chilly for you, Joshy? No. So, I hope you try these at home yourselves.